bit with one that's a little more up-tempo called Southwest Winds from the Santa Fe Trail CD.
That was wonderful. Thank you so much. That was really phenomenal. My name's Patty, and I'm here to be your service leader today. This Sunday, our guest speaker and musician is Douglas Bluefeather. Douglas is an internationally known recording artist and a performer of music featuring Native American flute. In addition to following the Native American spiritual path for over 25 years, Doug has been a member of Unity of Dayton, Ohio since 1996 and has presented as guest musician and speaker in over 100 Unity and other New Thought churches across this country. Doug is also an ordained minister in the Universal Life Church. We are delighted to have you with us today. We are delighted. Here at Unity of Bloomington, we offer practical spiritual teachings that empower abundant and meaningful living. We are a center for spiritual growth, and we provide inspiration, tools, and practices that support people on their path to spiritual growth. If you'd all stand now and join us in combining our voices in joyful song, we'd appreciate it. Please join me in affirming our statement of being. Together, there is only one presence and one power in the universe, God the good, omnipotent. This power expresses life, love, wisdom, and abundance through me. In it, I live and move and have my being. Now you can be seated. One way that we empower abundant and meaningful living is by practicing and living our 5 basic principles. I will state the principle, and I invite you to respond with the affirmation. Just a minute. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in our lives. God, the good, omnipotent. God is. We are spiritual beings, created in the God's image. The Spirit of God is within each of us. I am. We create the experience of our lives through the thoughts and beliefs. I create. We become aware of our oneness through prayer and meditation. I pray. We transform our lives by putting these principles into practice. I live. October's theme is release. This year, we're exploring and practicing ways in which we embrace our unlimited good. During the month of October, we are exploring the practice of release. By letting go and letting God, we free ourselves from worry and stress in all things, all situations. God is present and continually guiding every moment of our lives. There is no reason to be anxious because divine order is established. Admittedly, being totally and completely free of concerns takes practice. We're not really turning problems over to God if we start worrying about them again and again at a later time. We must completely and wholeheartedly release them and trust in God's wisdom to know what is best for us and for those about whom we care. Today, we can choose to act in faith and release all concerns into Spirit's care and keeping. Please join me in saying this month's affirmation out loud. I release and grow and allow Spirit to work. I would like to highlight the following announcements. Drumming experience after the service with Douglas Blue Feather. Douglas brings a lifetime as a drummer with his deep spirituality to help us connect with Spirit, our inner selves, each other as a community, and with Mother Earth. There's several hand drums and rhythm instruments that are going to be provided, or you can bring your own. There's a $10 suggested love offering for this experience, but no one will be turned away. I would like to invite our board president, Phyllis Wycliffe, up for an announcement.
The choir director's hat goes on first. Choir practice starts next week for the holiday season, and we'd love to have you do what I've seen happen in several congregations where I have been, and that's where the entire congregation gets up and goes to the choir loft and sings, and then comes back and sit down again. We would love to have that happen here, so please come join us next week. The board sent out a survey by email this week, and if you didn't get one, please first of all check your spam file, because sometimes they end up there, unfortunately. But if you really didn't get one, please let someone on the board know. We really need and we value your opinions and comments. So please fill out the survey and submit it as soon as you can. We, as Unity of Bloomington, now are in a process of change, of transition, of evolution. As you know, Ginger and Lynn are retiring as of today. That can be an exciting or challenging, however you decide to look at it. If and when you have questions, comments, suggestions, ideas, irritations, or pats on the back as things are happening, as we evolve, please let someone on the board know. Our transitional minister, Reverend Nat Carter, will be here in about a week. But he doesn't know you, and you don't know him yet, and you may feel more comfortable complaining or exclaiming about things to a board member. So just in case you don't know who those board members are, not all of them are here today, but I'm president, Patty Robinson is vice president, Roy Capio is treasurer. I think he's out of town this week, but I think you know who he is. Joni Spain, who has been one of our service leaders as well, is our secretary. And Dan Pekarsky, turn around so they can see you, Dan. And Andy, who runs our sound, are both on the board as well. So we are always available to talk to you, whether on Sunday morning before or after the service, through email at the ministryofunityofbloomington.org address, through the contact button on the website, or by phone. So please open your hearts and your minds to the next chapter of our history. Thank you.
Now we've reached the moment of silence. We are spiritual beings having a physical experience on this planet. With this experience come all the challenges of being human together. There are places in our world where there is the appearance of conflict, where people are displaced, people are dying. In the midst of all this, we affirm there's no person, no situation, or force greater than the power of God, our one source of peace, strength, wisdom, and courage. Let us be silent now in the one presence as we affirm divine order and the experience and expression of peace in every corner of our world. We'll continue. Let's read from the Daily Word. The Daily Word is produced and printed by Unity. You can learn more about the Daily Word by visiting dailyword.com. The word for today is alignment. Today, our affirmation is, I align my thoughts with God and I am renewed. When my body is in alignment, every part of it works together in greater harmony. I feel energized and confident, as well as strong and whole. The same is true for my spirit. When I am in spiritual alignment with God, I feel energized. I feel confident, as well as strong and whole. There is an inseparable connection between my mind and body, for positive thoughts bring about positive results. As I align my thoughts with God, my body will respond in kind. I am more focused and relaxed. The cosmic alignment affects me in wonderful ways, giving me a sense of inner strength and peace. Prayer is the method in which I align myself with God, and I am renewed. We know all things work together for the good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose, and that's from Romans chapter 8, verse 28. Now we'll join together in speaking the affirmation out loud. Together, I align my thoughts with God, and I am renewed. Now, let's have you repeat it to yourself silently. I align my thoughts with God, and I am renewed. Recognized as one of the most accomplished flautists of today, Doug Bluefeather has released 22 CDs, which have been heard in radio and TV music channels worldwide. The highlights of Doug's career include winning 13 National Music Awards and over 60 various award nominations. With great pleasure, let's all welcome Reverend Douglas Bluefeather.
Well, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning. It is so good to be back here at Unity of Bloomington. Wow, it's been 6 years since I've been here the last time, and so much has happened since then, especially during the last 2 years. You know, there have just been so many things that have happened during the last 2 years that have taken a toll on just about everyone, myself included, a toll on our mind, on our body, on our spirit. You know, between COVID that's taken over 6 million lives worldwide, the ongoing war in Ukraine, global warming that's just creating more devastating natural disasters, dealing with how separated we are as a nation over politics and policies, it just continues to take a toll on us. And we all need to heal so that we can bring balance back into our lives. We all need to get our happy back. So today we are going to manifest healing, some very powerful healing for ourselves, for each other, and for our sacred Mother Earth, the planet that we walk on. So when it comes to being happy, finding peace, and manifesting healing, we must remember that with the Creator in our lives, we are everything, and without the Creator, we are nothing. When the Creator is in our life, suddenly the impossible becomes possible. The extraordinary becomes ordinary. Things that we thought could never happen start to happen. Talents we never had or never knew start to blossom. Resources start to appear. Help arrives and gives us guidance and direction. We become happy. We have peace of mind and confidence. So let us be joyful and grateful today that we have God the Creator in our lives. It was the great Lakota medicine man, Fool's Crow, who said, "He, Wakan Tonka, walks with us along the pathways of life, and he can do for us what we could never do on our own." So, with God's help, how do we create and manifest healing? How do we heal ourselves? How do we heal others? How do we heal the planet? How do we heal the future? We start with the most important thing. We start with love. Because where there is love, there is healing. And God's love is everywhere. Unconditional love is the most powerful thing in the universe. Love is the highest frequency, the highest vibration that lives in our hearts. Love gives us the ability to perform miracles because love is our superpower. So assume the position. Even sitting down. And with this power, we all have the ability to heal ourselves, to heal others, to heal our planet, the sacred hoop, and to create peace and harmony among nations, and to manifest and heal the future timeline for generations to come. So, can you feel the love that is here today? Yes. Can you feel the healing energy that we are going to manifest today? Yes. And first of all, we have to love and heal ourselves before we can heal others. You know, we are all creatures of thought, feelings, and emotions. We have all been subjected to things in our lives that have hurt us. We all carry baggage. So let's join together in manifesting some spontaneous healing of ourselves. And to do this, we must first just believe that we can do it. Just believe. So let's take in these words, focus on these affirmations, and manifest healing for ourselves. And as I read these, maybe you can just repeat them to yourself silently. I release and let go of all past and present traumas and dramas in my life. I release and let go of all negative thoughts and replace them with positive ones. I forgive those who have hurt me, whether it was physically, mentally, or emotionally. I forgive myself for the harm that I may have caused others. I have compassion and kindness for myself and everyone. Every cell in my body resonates with energy and well-being. I am at peace with myself. I love, honor, and respect myself. I stand in my power of love. I believe that I have the power to heal myself and others. I let go and let God be my source for healing. Another important thing to let go of in our lives is fear. The stress that fear causes can be draining on our physical, mental, and emotional health. We must walk into the future with no fear. So when it comes to healing, there are many modalities which we can use to heal ourselves and others. Some typical traditional and metaphysical healing practices include healing hands, using therapeutic massage, healing touch, Reiki. How many healers do we have here today? Yes, you're all healers. The use of crystals and stones. I've got some of mine on here. The use of elements like cedar, sage, sweetgrass. In the native tradition, we use cedar for clearing an area of any unwanted or negative energy and to clear ourselves of any unwanted energy that we may have come in contact with. We use sage for blessing, protecting an area or yourself. And we use sweetgrass to notify the ancient ones, your guardian angels, whatever you choose to call them, that sacredness is happening and to invite them into our space. Drum circles. Many medical studies have shown the numerous health benefits of drumming, such as creating new neural pathways in the brain. So come to the drum circle today for some healing. Yes, being involved in various types of support groups and counseling for healing, being in ceremony for healing. I personally have been witness to and received some very powerful healings in some of our indigenous ceremonies. And of course, prayer and meditation. Either in a group or individually, we all know the power of prayer and how we can help to create and manifest healing and miracles with our thoughts and prayers. And meditation helps us to reduce stress and anxiety and allows our body to heal. And speaking of our thoughts to manifest healing, as I was finishing up my voting for the Grammy nominees last week, I've been a voting member of the Grammys for about 15 years now in the producers and engineers wing. I ran across these words by country music icon Willie Nelson, and I was so surprised at these very metaphysical and true lyrics. It's from his album called It's a Beautiful Time, and I wanted to share these with you. It's a very wonderful song, too. Imagine what you want, then get out of the way. Remember, energy follows thought, so be careful what you say. Be careful what you ask for. Make sure it's really what you want, because your mind is made for thinking, and energy follows thought. Your mind is in control, even when you do not know. And if you let it idle, ain't no telling where it'll go. Wherever you are sleeping and your dreams take you away, Go on with your dreaming and listen to what they say. And if you hear spirits talking, their wisdom can't be bought. Apply it to your thinking, and energy follows thought. Metaphysical Willie. Yeah. Another modality that we can use for healing is with color. Ted Andrews, have you heard of him? He wrote many books about animal spirit guides and things like that, Animal Speaks. He wrote this book called How You Can Heal with Color. And it's this one right here. He describes how we can use colors to help to heal our physical health, our emotions, even our spiritual experience, because each color has its own unique effects, and it can help us stimulate different levels of consciousness. For example, red is a stimulating color. It warms, activates, and energizes the base chakra and awakens our physical life force. Orange is the color of joy and wisdom. We see a lot of that in the trees now. It stimulates feelings of friendliness. It's tied to our emotional health and to the muscular system of the body. Yellow is stimulating to the mental faculties. It affects the solar plexus chakra most strongly. It helps reawaken the enthusiasm for life. Green is the most predominant color on the planet. It balances our energies, and it can be used to increase our sensitivity and compassion. Blue is cooling to our system, and it is relaxing. Blue activates the throat chakra. Violet is the color that affects the skeletal system of the body. It activates the crown chakra. Black contains the entire color spectrum. It's a protective color, and it can be used to ground and calm extremely sensitive individuals. Another good book by Ted is The Healer's Manual, which offers effective and easy-to-use vibrational techniques to restore your body's natural flow of energy using vibrational healing through the senses of touch, sight, sound, taste, and smell. Well, one of my most favorite healing modalities is, of course, music. I've always said that music is medicine. We can create music, and we can create healing with sound. Music therapy is recognized as a modern healing modality. Music is the universal language that we can all relate to. It's good medicine for the mind, body, and spirit. It can help heal a mind that is confused, a heart that is overwhelmed, a soul that is weary. Music and healing go hand in hand. Carl Polnack, the director of music division at Boston University, once said to all his music majors, "If we were a medical school and you were here practicing appendectomies, you would take your work very seriously because you would imagine that some night at 2 a.m. in the morning, someone's going to waltz into your emergency room and you're going to have to save their life. Well, someone's going to walk into your concert hall some evening at 8 p.m. and bring you a mind that is confused, a heart that is overwhelmed, a soul that is weary. Whether they go out whole again will depend on how well you do your craft." To me, one of the most healing instruments is the Native American flute. To me, it's always been a very sacred instrument, very magical instrument, because to me, it has the ability to touch one directly in the heart. And some of my most rewarding experiences over my career have been receiving emails from people telling me how much my music helped them to get through a very difficult time in their life. Well, music is healing because it is a fundamental attribute of the human species. All cultures, from the most primitive to the most advanced, make music. It's been true throughout history, and it's true throughout a person's lifespan. The ancient Greeks put one god, Apollo, in charge of healing and music. In Greece, music was used to ease stress, promote sleep, and soothe pain. The Chinese character, we have it up there. Let's bring it back to that one, yeah. For medicine includes the character for music on the left, and it is included in the character for medicine. They go hand in hand. Native Americans and other cultures use singing and chanting in ceremonies that have specific songs for specific needs, like some of ours are specifically sung for healing, for understanding, for strength, guidance, and so on. And today, music therapists demonstrate the value of music to reduce stress, lower blood pressure, to treat Alzheimer's, to control chronic pain, substance abuse, and many other things. Some research suggests, just like drumming circles, that music can create new pathways in the brain. So looking at the bigger picture, we need to heal the earth, the sacred hoop, and the future of our planet. I've talked about this prophecy timeline in the past. I know I've talked about it here one time in the past. So I want to show you this Hopi prophecy stone again. The upper path shows the path of the white culture and the material world and the technological path. The lower marks the Hopi path or spiritual world. At one point, the two paths are joined by a vertical line, you see that there, marking the arrival of European settlers. That came to be. Shortly after, two large circles marked the positions of the First and Second World Wars. Those happened. A little further along, the heavy dark vertical line is the decision time, which is now. Following that is a third smaller circle marking what the Hopi call the Great Day of Purification, marking earthly upheavals and the return of the Great Spirit. And this would be WW3. After this, the upper path zigzags out, while the lower path, the spiritual path, blossoms into the next fifth world. And I'll tell you, some of the Hopi prophecies have been the most accurate to date. They have a lot of them that have actually come true. You know, the whole world is still feeling a lot of anxiety about Ukraine and the ongoing whispers of WW3, and the longer it lasts, the greater that chance. But I do not. I have never and will never believe in doom and gloom, because I believe that we have the power to manifest the future that we want to create and the ability to heal that timeline on the Hopi prophecy stone. Because we must remember that prophecy, any prophecy, no matter where it comes from, just shows us a potential outcome and gives us the opportunity to choose what path we want to follow and the outcome of the future that we want to create. So we must create a world of beauty, love, and peace, and move our planet and the consciousness of the human family into the next fifth world without having to go through that third world conflict. In closing, we have made and are continuing to make progress towards the steps in our evolution. We are a world realigning to love, compassion, and wisdom. We are acting in accordance with our highest guidance to create a world together that serves the highest good for one and all. We claim our superpower of love. We claim our power to heal, to eradicate fear and open our hearts to the deep peace, knowing that there is a divine unfolding occurring in every heart and soul on this planet, and we live our truth as one family of light. We are here at this time, and I've heard it said that we stood in line to be here at this time. What were we thinking? We are here to allow the creative spirit of the universe, God by any name, to flow forth in love, healing, peace, and harmony for all. We wrap the power of love around all that are suffering so that they may know freedom from fear, feel peace, and be healed in the now. You know, we've all come a long way on this journey, but we still have a lot more work to do. More healing for ourselves, more healing for each other, more healing for our planet and for this church. Because as you know, whenever a church goes through the process of losing a great minister like Reverend Lynn, and the ongoing search for a new one, and at the same time losing a great musical healer and leader in the church like Ginger, there's a big healing that needs to take place, and it's a lot of that happening in a lot of churches right now. So we all keep Unity of Bloomington in our thoughts, our prayers, and we all know that this church will continue to be a beautiful place to come for worship and fellowship. So peace and love be with you. Now go forth and continue the healing. And I say wopida, which is a Lakota word meaning a heartfelt thank you. And let me take a minute to walk over here, pick up a flute, and play the title track from my latest CD called Time for Healing.
so much.
Meditation song now.
At this time, I'd like to invite you to get centered, prepare for meditation. This will be a musical selection. Called Alignment. So at this time, close your eyes, relax, get centered. Prepare to align with that sacred space within. That sacred space where we connect with the heart and the spark of the Creator. Let's take a minute to journey within in the silence before we return to the music. We continue to connect and align with Spirit. Gently open your eyes, come back, and I hope you all had a very sacred experience during that meditation. Thank you.
That was great. I can't say anything else because it was wonderful to go within and find your true spirit. And that's what our lives are about. Recognized, let me see, we already know that. We turn now to our spiritual practice of generosity. We are grateful for the many ways this center supports us in our spiritual growth. And we, in turn, are happy to support this center with our financial contributions and our voluntary service. As the offering bag circulates around the room, we welcome your treasure and your blessing. Simply place your hand over the bag and offer a thought of gratitude before you pass the bag to the next person. We are also grateful those who have already put into place online giving. Your consistency and dedication help us create a stable and thriving spiritual center. As our greeters come forward to prepare for the offering, please join me now in speaking aloud our abundance affirmation. Together, I am an abundant being, living in an abundant universe. God is the source of my supply. I am not dependent on people or situations for my good. God is the source of my supply. I always have something to give, and I consistently give it. I expect the best, I give my best, and I now attract the best in every experience. Thank you. And now we bless our abundance with these words. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I would like to invite you to stand and join with me in saying the closing prayer together. In the light we shine, as the love of God we embrace, as the power of God we stand in truth, as the presence of God we radiate love. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Now you'll join us with our final song. And of course, that is, I know it forever. Let there be peace on earth